Mining. You mentioned going slow. One concrete suggestion that you could consider is to delay the licensing of those mines that are along the Spruce Road and in the Boundary Waters drainage until we've had a little experience with that polymet mine and see how bad it's really going to be. The other thing that you could consider is withholding a license for those mines along the Spruce Road unless they agree to transport every spoonful of tailings outside the Boundary Waters drainage.
Can I just rephrase that real quickly? I think the question is, would you specifically consider a moratorium on mining in the Cowisley watershed until the polymet mine has operated for a period of time and shows environmental responsibility? So that's sort of a yes and no question almost.
Thanks. Well, that's well stated.
Okay, Christina? Oh, sorry.
You always do this to me. I thought you were going to talk to Mike.
You can start with Mike. How about we start with Mike with a mic?
Hence to your question there is that, you know, you can't answer in my opinion yes or no. I think that two things. That this is a state thing. We are talking about the county, not the state. That's one thing there. But the other thing is that I think that de facto that's how it's going to happen. It is going to take a long time for polymet to get their permits, and from them it's going to take a long time for each of the other Franconia, Tech, Kamenko, Duluth Metals. It's going to take them a long time, years, to go through that process. So I think de facto you will see exactly what you're looking for.
I would have to agree with Mike. Being on the several different boards that I'm on, I've seen what's happening out there. I see the different environmental groups, different government agencies that are working. Definitely, the biggest concern is the watershed. Once you damage or contaminate our watershed, it's going to hurt the environment for a long time. So everybody's going very slowly at this. And I know, like at our commission meetings down in Duluth, we're constantly updated on a monthly basis on progress of how things are going. And the biggest thing is the EPA, you know, licensing and all that stuff. And that's what everybody's pushing for, is making sure that our watershed is safe.
Thanks, Donovan. Christina?
I can definitely agree with slowing things down. But as far as what I've been told is that for being a county commissioner, we really don't have a real big say. You know, they can come to us and ask, you know, what we think, give a letter of support or a letter of, you know, but as far as, you know, being able to go in there and really do anything, we really don't have a big say. But I can definitely agree with slowing things down and seeing what happens before they go up, and that's such a beautiful area up there. I can really, you know, I would definitely back that.
Well, listen, I think some of us need to get back to work. Ross, one more quick question.
How about one quick question? Because on almost every question, everybody said, yeah, I agree with the other two counterparts. Do you see anything where you would say you definitely feel differently than one or two of the other people? What are the differences between you folks?
The restatement of the question is, who do you disagree with on this panel and why? And relatively quickly, because some of us have to go back to work. That's putting you on the spot.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not up for me to say why you shouldn't vote for him or why you shouldn't vote for Mike. And I guess I'm not even going to get into that, because everyone has their own views and their own outlooks, and it's not right for me to say, you know, you don't like this and I do, or you don't believe in the way these people are living, where I think it's okay. You know, it's not up for me to say that kind of thing. So I guess I'm not going to get into what I think is different than what someone else is.
Well, everybody feels the same on everything.
I guess I haven't been a politician, but I guess
Is there something that sets you apart that maybe you don't know if they... I mean, we should maybe have a closing statement if that could wrap it up, and that question could be part of it.
It's fine, yeah. Take a minute each and we'll just close it up, because we've got to get back to work, some of us. But also, I think it's important that, you know, you have a chance to say something else that you haven't had, you know, came up along the way. Maybe you want to restate something, whatever.
I guess for the closing statement is I'm out there. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it the best I can. I'm not going to put anybody else down. I am not afraid to stand up for something, and I guess what sets me apart is I'm very involved in the communities, not just Tower, but I'm involved in all the areas. You'll see me at all kinds of functions. If there's something that's going on, like the state park, I was there to find out more. I'm one to ask questions. If I hear something, I'm going to go straight to the point and find the answer to it.
Perfect, thanks. Donovan, just a minute to close out your
Okay.
statement, please, and then we'll let everybody come up and talk to you individually.
Okay. I'd like to earn your vote on August 10th. I feel I bring a fresh perspective to the county board. I have experience in financial responsibility, especially to constituents. I'm used to talking about ratepayers, but taxpayers. The biggest thing that I also like to do is that I like to listen to people. When I have an issue or a concern on the boards that I sit on, and I'm usually either appointed or elected into these positions, what I'd like to do is I like to call people that are in my district and say, hey, I'll call like 5 to 10 people and say, hey, this is what I'm going to be talking about at our next board meeting. What's your viewpoint on it? Because I'm elected in by the people and I can be voted out. It's very simple. You know, it's a democratic process. And I think that's what we need more of in county government is commissioners that are willing to listen to the majority of the people in their district and stand up for those that aren't speaking up for themselves. So.
Great, thanks, Donovan. Mike, final statement?
Just a couple things. In all the times that I've run for election, I've always been able to take and run against nice people as opponents there, and this is no exception. I've known Christina before, I've met Donovan during the campaign, and I absolutely believe that if there's such a thing as having somebody competing for your job there, it's nice to have people that are pleasant. But the difference is, Ross asked the question, what's different, I guess. I think that in 16 years as a county commissioner, and I think 28 as an elected official, I think that I bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience on government, everything from levy to roads to the tax issues, obviously. I have become an expert sanitarian, which I never thought would be part of it because you've been to so many sites, basically in dispute resolution, all of those things. And you do, attending many meetings, you do, I think it's the experience and knowledge that I bring to the job. I will say that, and then in closing, I think that I've said it on the record before, and is that this term, if I am re-elected, will probably be my last term as a county commissioner. That at least that's the way that I believe right now. I am going to be 63 next month, which I never thought I was ever going to be. Maybe I won't. but at any rate, so thank you just for listening to me, and thanks for listening to all of us here, because like I said, I've been honored to take and run against decent people.
Yeah, great. Thank you, guys. Next week, if you have any other